Hello, I'm Ashok Vyas, and we have the pleasure of the presence of Ashok Chaudhary ji, Sheila Mehta ji, and Krishna Kali ji. And why we all are talking, and what is it that is significant, which you should know about, and Nritya Darpan. The name itself sounds very musical, and it fills us with the sense of being in the ambience of artistic offering. So, before we talk about Nritya Darpan, Ashokji, people know you as a scientist. Talk to us about what made you take interest in forming IHCA and what is Nritya Darpan. And before that, I will also mention very soon we'll be talking to Sheila Mehtaji. She is almost all over the world with her performances, and Krishna Kalliji will have some special insight for us from Manipur, Manipuri dance form, and its beauty and the joy that it offers. So, Ashokji, take it away.
Thank you, Ashokji, for having us here on your studio. It is really wonderful to be with you and explain about upcoming event, Nritya Darpan. Yes, you mentioned that I'm a scientist. Yes, I did my PhD from ISCT and then postdoc on anti-cancer drug in Virginia Tech many years back. But my passion was always from the beginning as an artist, as a theater person. I grew up in Pune, so I was surrounded by very talented theater artists. Since age of 6, I was on a radio station, Pune radio station, performing small skits in Balodyan program. Later, when I went to college and of course PhD, as many parents says, hey, pay attention to study, and that's how I was more involved in the study, did PhD, came to postdoc. But you know that the niche in your heart doesn't go away, so I started again coming back to arts. um, During many years I have been volunteer for many non-profit organizations, particularly Marathi Vishwa. I was a member, then vice president, president, trustee. So, in that long journey of 20 years, I have gained so many experience, so many new ideas. And we use those ideas to help the students or the artists in United States. So in 2013, with this background of helping US based artists, I started a nonprofit organization called Indian Heritage and Cultural Association, which is to promote the local US based talent in performing arts. At that time, I didn't know what I'm going to help. I found out that there are so many artists in New Jersey and tri state area that they are dying to perform in front of a quality audience. And these are really, I would call them as a double professional because they are one time in the morning, they are either doctors, engineers, accountant, architect, and whenever they get chance in the afternoon or evening or weekends, they do their passionate work about their interests, such as maybe theater, maybe dance, maybe music. So I thought that if I have a skill to bring those artists together, performing artists together, and I can present them to audience, because I know the New Jersey, New York audience is very intelligent audience. So in 2016, after 2 3 years of thinking, I come up with idea of having Natya Darpan. The Natya Darpan literally means the mirror to the society through performing arts. So initiated this annual festival, and we got tremendous response from all over USA. Going back 7 years, this was our last year, 7 year, where we have been really popular United States. We get almost 30 to 40 entries in different languages, and one of the main thing about this one is these are in different languages. The theater function in Marathi, Hindi, English, Gujarati, Bengali, Kannada. And then we are a very talented selection pool. We select 6 or 7 short plays in different languages, and we host them in one day. That is a Natya Darpan. So that's how my scientific journey to the artistic journey, or I'm not an artist, but I organize these very highly acclaimed shows which are only for the intelligent audience, I would say.
So
But
now we
it
are back
is,
with
it is
you, and Ashokji, I want to clap, and I'll have Sheilaji and Krishna Kaliji clap for the spirit, which
Thank you.
makes you. And I also have the pleasure of the presence of Kaustavi Sarkarji. She joins us now. Namaste,
Oh,
welcome.
Namaste.
So
oh,
with all these wonderful, talented, not just performers, but they are also, I would say, carriers or cultural ambassadors of India, with teaching also being a part of what they do. So, some of them more, some less, but let us learn about expectations from each one of them briefly about Nritya Darpan, and then I'll come to you about the concept and how
sure.
it is coming out. And so, Kostavi, you joined us late, but you are being the first in sharing your views on this upcoming Nritya Darpan and what makes it exciting for you.
Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for this August gathering. What's exciting for me in terms of Nritya Darpan is an ability to come together with the likes of Shilaji, with the likes of Krishna Kuli, and definitely curated by Mayadi, who has been so central to my research in choreography in South Asian aesthetics over the past few years. And what I'm most excited, very briefly, is to celebrate the coming together of like-minded souls, like-minded dancers over the duration of the pandemic. During the pandemic, we really did not have an outlet, so online a body of dancers came together to work democratically, to bring and find community within each other. And that's how we came together, and that's dance and community, and that's how we will present our event on December 10th. So looking forward to it. Over to you, Ashokji. Thank
Thank
you, and
you. Thank
thank you,
you.
Dr. Ashok Chaudhary.
Yeah. And so, Krishna Kali Das Gupta ji, you are based here in New Haven, and talk to us about your excitement in being a part of this Nritya Darpan, as well as a little bit about your journey.
Namaste, Namaste, Ashok ji, and this August gathering. It is definitely a very, very special dance collaborative presentation, Nritya Darpan, because I started my journey in Children's Little Theatre in Calcutta by Sri Shomo Chatterjee, and that school was not just about learning dance, but it was about learning dance theater. So the most exciting part for me about being part of Nritya Darpan is that this is a dance theater presentation, a storytelling presentation. And I'm able to bring my students here who are learning dance, but this is a place they can learn about the dance conversation. It's not just a body, it's a conversation of connecting with the audience, about connecting with other dancers, and the way of you tell story of life through the movements that you learn to understand the goal of why we dance. So in general, that is what I'm most excited about, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and them learning from everyone else. Actually, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, I think we all, those who are neither dancers nor organizers, are also excited because this is a very unique and rare combination or confluence of so many channels or rivers of artistic expression coming on the same stage. Now, Shilaji, share your feelings about Nritya Darpan.
I love the name Nitya Darpan, as also Ashokji mentioned. It's a darpan, it mirrors you, mirrors your expressions, and then it mirrors the expressions of the society. And that is like dance. And let me say one thing about our Indian classical dance. Unfortunately, sometimes we put the dance. I mean, all genre. I mean, all different styles are good. Nothing bad about it. But when I'll talk about the Indian classical dance, which are multi-layered, and it offers so much. Unfortunately, we see that these layers are yet to be peeled, and I'm sure this platform like Nritya Darpan, as Ashokji also mentioned, it's more for the intellectual audience. It's more for people who are curious to know about our Indian culture, which tells the story of from of the journey from form to formless. So this classical dances, which can be brought on the stage with such kind of stories, it's really going to be fantastic. And wow, just that on the one evening, we are having six different styles, six different stories, and it's just really looking forward to.
So now, what you are looking forward to, Ashokji? Let me hear from you. So far, when you attempt something that is like walking on the uncharted territory, there is a sense of excitement, but there are some questions as to how it's going to work out. So, as you are preparing. Tell us a little bit about how it was curated, and in that context, a surprise for you. I think Mayaji has also made this appeal, and I got it. So let me. She has two, three versions. Here's first one, and let's see.
Okay.
Hello, come and watch Sonali Skandan perform elements which has to do with climate change and its devastating effect on animals and human beings. Second, Krishna Kali Das Gupta, who is going to do Wild Swans. That's the name of her piece. It's derived from Hans Christian Andersen's poem. And third is going to be Ishita Mili, who is going to be doing a piece called No Man, and it is a fusion of numerous dance styles but has its own brand. Come and watch. It's taking place December 10th at New Brunswick Performing Arts Theatre.
Look, so that was
That's
beautiful. So
nice.
now tell us about Mayaji, and I think she also was helped by another curator. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So, few years back, when I was doing the Natya Darpan, there were two performances came to selected by our selection panel, and they were dance dramas. The dance dramas, one was, I think it was a Nari by Brinda Guha, who has culminated Gandhari, Draupadi, and Kunti, and that time it was 2016 Delhi rape case. So she come up with the idea of combining those two things, and she has done such a fabulous job. And the other person was Ishita Mili, who has developed a five short stories, and she used the Bharatanatyam and the Western dance styles, and she has come up with the five different stories, and our audience loved that one. I mean, they had, for both of these dance dramas, they got the standing ovation. So what we thought as an organizing committee, that it form itself, a dance drama itself has an audience and itself has a different place than the theater, because theater has different genres and we don't want to mix with the dance dramas. So that is transpire us to think about a dance drama, a Nritya Darpan event. Later on, when we said that it should not be the Me Too type of dance show or dance festival, it has to have some kind of element which differentiate between the rest of the group or rest of the dance festivals. I was talking to Jonathan Hollander, the battery dance, I think, organizer, and I mentioned to him a couple of times, and he introduced me to Maya Kulkarni. I did not know Mayaji at the time. And then we discussed, and what we really wanted, I, as a, uh, to initiate a new dance competition, or not competition, no, dance festival. I gave her a vision, my vision, that it should be a unique, it should not be just the dance dramas, means in a local or normal classical ways. There are certain dance dramas, but I wanted to have some effect with the social causes, some effect to have associated with our day-to-day life. We have uh, because in Natya Darpan we try to select the pieces which are empowering women, LGBTQ, mental healthness. These are the issues which in our South Asian communities we don't address that often, or we address with a taboo. So I wanted to make sure that while watching this high quality entertainment or theater, I wanted to educate our audience as well. And because of that thought process in my mind, I explained that these dance dramas should be depicting some kind of a social element to it. And that was my thought. And Mayaji and Karen Greenspan, these are the two curators who selected these entries from almost 20 entries which we received. And now here is the history.
Very good, very good. So we are also joined by one more performer, and let's clap for Sonali Skandan now. Welcome, Sonali.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashokji. It's been some time since we've met.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Ashokji, you were not familiar with Mayaji and probably Sonali, but I knew only these two very well, and
Oh,
like all of them are very very good dancers, and I know about Sonali's dedication and passion and what she has done. So, um, time for you, Sonali, to add. We are in our first cycle of sharing, where we are looking at what is it that you find exciting about Nritya Darpan, and where do you feel it is significant in your journey as a performer?
So I really appreciate what Dr. Ashok Chaudhary had mentioned about the intent of this festival, which was really representing new ideas, new work, new vision into the art. So what I really appreciate about this festival is that it's really encouraging new thought and experimentalism. So the piece that I'm working on is based on Indian classical music, but incorporates a lot of experimental movement and other movement forms. But more importantly, the theme is something that this festival has, really embraced, which is climate change, and to really represent young choreographers who are embarking on a new way of expressing themselves. And I really appreciate that vision from the directors and the curators.
Very, very good. So now we'll have a little bit of open-ended conversation, but before that, I would like to share another uh, clip from Mayaji. Mayaji.
Hello, I want to invite you to a dance festival taking place on December 10th at New Brunswick Performing Arts Theatre. There are numerous companies. We will have Bharti Paneswaran, who will be performing Kali, which is a different interpretation of Kali, followed by Kaustuvi Sarkar, who will be performing Sama, and another dance called Impossible Romance. And third, not last but the least, Shikhandi, which is a theme that will be danced by Sheila Mehta. It's going to be a unique festival. Please come. There are 3 other companies as well, right, about which I've already told you earlier. Thank you.
So we take this opportunity, Ashok, to share one more piece, probably where there she's talking about other 3 companies, and then we'll have free flow of conversation. And I also want to repeat this information, which is very, very important. And I would like to hear it from you also while we are displaying some people who have never been to this kind of festival. What is the way that they can come, Ashokji?
sure. So this is a very unique festival. First of all, this festival is happening on December 10th at New Brunswick Performing Arts Center, which is located in New Brunswick, New Jersey. The festival starts sharp at 6 p.m. We have a wonderful lineup of all 6 short dance dramas. And I think the audience will have a great taste of different flavors of different dance forms. Uh, Typically, Bharatnatyam, Kathak, these are the main dance forms we have seen in New Jersey. But this year, we also have Manipuri, we have Odissi, and along with that, we also have the Western dance styles. So, audience who are interested in learning more about different dance form, learning in depth about the intricate, and these dancers are highly talented. I mean, I was telling Mayaji that because of Mayaji and Karen, I could get introduced to these highly talented artists, because I was completely blown away by their resumes, their work they have done in past. So for my audience, I would request them to come and see. This will be a fantastic treat for your your overall experience of having a dance festival. So please do come on December 10th and enjoy these six wonderful dance pieces. And one thing I must say, that these are specifically created for Nritya Darpan audience. So that is also very customized for this festival.
So while I take a cue from customized, I think the way creativity flows, there is a unique sense, call it of sensibility or appreciating life, and that is expressed through different art forms. And I take a moment to mention my joy. So while this Haramba studio, which is a part of Haramba Art and Culture Center, which is gradually evolving primarily to support artists from back end support, like this kind of creative promotion. And so, Shokji, I want to also mention that when we look at art from Indian point of view, all our art forms are primarily, as to my understanding, are a way to invoke the divine. So whether it is painting or singing or dancing, whichever be the art form, and traditionally we have had a lot of reference of Krishna Leela or uh, Devi Ma's some Leela that depicted. So it is not just the joy of the artistic discipline as reaches the audience through stage, but it is also getting in tune on a subtle level to the spirit of Bharat, as to my mind. And with that, I once again would display this this Nritya Darpan. The way it is written looks like the words are also dancing.